Hello, everyone. My name is James Wilder. I'm an employee here at Oakland City University in the Advancement and Development Office. We also oversee the Alumni Affairs and the Alumni Newsletter. We have just now started this new alumni video series where we invite alumni in to tell stories about their experiences at OCU and Oakland City College. So on today's show, we have Dr. Randy Mills, longtime professor. So Randy, what do you have for us?
Okay. Well, I am kind of the resident historian, and I wanted to share today some things that I found recently about early Black trailblazers here at Oakland City College. In the last few years, the ratio has really gone up of people of color here on campus, which is really, really great. That started happening when I was here in the late 60s. So I was curious about that story. Who were the first blacks on campus? What kinds of problems did they face in overcoming prejudice? So what I found was that Oakland City College, which was founded by the General Baptist denomination in 1885, was initially no exception to discriminating practices when it came to enrolling black students. OCC had struggled with the issue of letting blacks enroll at the college from its very beginning. Two of the primary founders had risked their lives and fortunes operating an underground railroad operation in Oakland City prior to the Civil War, and the school's first full-time president, A.D. Williams, came from a free will Baptist tradition that sought church fellowship on equal terms with blacks. So you'd think that wouldn't have been a problem with this in the beginning. However, it was, and I found in looking at some of A.D. Williams' history of the college that the problem had to do with the initial Board of Trustees members that came from the border states, the states just south of the Ohio River, and then on into Missouri and Arkansas. Most of the Board of Trustees members north of the Ohio River probably would have been okay with black enrollment, but those from the south were not. So rather than divide the school at this early time of struggle, the board agreed not to allow black enrollment, although, and this was interesting, there was never an official statement regarding that decision. I know that's been debated, and people said, well, I don't see anything in the history about that, but apparently it was a non-stated rule. To early OCC leaders, however, the issue was something of a moot point. The immediate region where the college served had a small black population, so really we didn't have people knocking down the doors to try to get in. This was the way things stood until 1953, which was a pivotal event that occurred during that time. A young black man by the name of John David Brim from Boonville, Indiana, exceptional basketball player and worthy college student, applied to go here to school. He and a fellow player came here in December. We had quarters then, so it was during December break. It's because they wanted to start playing basketball right away. The white guy got accepted. Brim did not. And so he brought a suit against the college in 1953, but quickly dropped it. And that's the way that ended. So kind of a sad story there. And I am digging up a little bit more in that story because there's some complications in that story, as there always is. So let's fast forward to when things started to change in the mid-1960s. And I was there when this was happening. The civil rights movement and black leaders such as Martin Luther King stirred blacks to act regarding their right to attend public and private colleges and universities at this time. But there were also key individuals involved in these larger efforts, and that's what I want to focus on today. It wasn't just on the national scale what was happening here at Oakland City and what individuals came forth to shatter that barrier. The bias against blacks enrolling at Oakland City College was first shattered by a top-notch scholar. Here he is, Eric Walden. His academic work at the college would bring him the Oakland City College President's Award, given for the highest academic performance and for important campus activities. Walton also received the Olive Smith Service Award his senior year, was active in Art Guild, Glee Club, Student Senate, SEA, and the OCC band. He was a member of the dorm council and president of the concert choir. So this guy did it all. And so just behind Walden, so you had, the first guy wasn't an athlete, the first guy was a scholar. And then he was followed by 6 other black trailblazers coming into the Oakland City scene. And So now we got to look at another guy, however. To better understand the success of these 6 other guys coming on, you have to hear the story of a fellow by the name of Coach Willis Simpson. Is that someone you're familiar with?
No, I'm not familiar.
Well, many people that will watch this will know Coach Simpson. In 1964, Coach Delbert Disler left his basketball coaching position at OCC and was followed by Kentucky native Willis Simpson. Disler, while a hard act to follow, had yet to work at bringing black athletes on board. Coach Simpson, however, took another approach. 3 years into Simpson's tenure, the school started working on the ambitious project of getting the school into the tough KIAC conference. Coach Simpson hoped to take the Mighty Oaks to the next level by participating in this new conference. This, of course, meant tough recruiting. Here, Willis Simpson had an advantage over prior OCC coaches. So a little of his background. Simpson had gone to high school at Providence, Kentucky, and had helped that team to state final tournament play in the 1940s. After high school, Simpson starred in track at Western Kentucky University, which was a sport that would always have first place in his heart. When he took the head coaching job at OCC, he was no stranger to blacks participating in whites in sports. So he had experienced that in college and in high school. By 1966, Coach Simpson had brought up 2 former Providence High School basketball stars who had led Providence to state tournament final play. Their names were John Price and Marshall Mason. So this is at the same time that Eric Walden's doing his thing in the academic world. He also brought up 2 other students for track, John Fellows and Bill Young. So these are the names of the Trailblazers. And there are pictures that you'll see here that will go with this of these particular people. And then later, and I was in school with some of these guys, Milton Clayton and Bolden Rose would join the OCC track team the next year. The 4 track men would set numerous Oakland City College track records. We had a spectacular track team during this time and won many meets and what they called Little State, which is everything but the major universities.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so while Eric Walden was grabbing the academic fame, Marshall Mason arguably had the most successful sports career of those first black students at Oakland City College. After one spectacular game, a sports writer compared the 5'10 Marshall Mason to 6'7 Evansville North School and later high school and later Purdue University star Bob Ford. And this is what the reporter said. The day of the little man isn't over in the high school or in high school or college basketball. Without the benefit of size and the authority it gives to basketball skill, Marshall Mason has been averaging around 25 points a game for the Oaks, and Saturday night he had 36. At a larger school, he would be making headlines. This guy can do it all. After another game, where the slender 5'10 Mason grabbed more than his share of both rebounds and points, a sports reporter assessed, Mason played a complete game in every department. Both Mason's scoring average and overall points scored his senior year were OCC records. After being the leading scorer his junior season, Mason would be selected for the all-conference team and would receive the prestigious Oakland City College Mr. Basketball Award his senior year. So, while after the 1960s, Oakland City College would continue to be a school where people of color could attend and thrive, these early 7 pioneers and Coach Willis Simpson merit respect and acknowledgement for helping to forge the way.
Wow, that's really cool, Randy.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it was fun looking at this and really learning to appreciate people that somebody had to do it, and it was not easy, and kind of a converging of different elements making that happen. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you for watching. We encourage you to share this video and please subscribe to our newsletter. If you've not updated your contact information with Oakland City University, please call us at 812-749-1228 or email us at ocualumni@oak.edu. I'm James Wilder, signing off.